everyone, Rhypi here. Just wanted to do another voice recording warning, and maybe I'll actually upload these at some point. On either Rhypi Talks or on Rhypi Gaming. I haven't figured out how I want to do these. If you see them, feel free to like the video. That this is more, like I said, an audio thing. Maybe I'll make this into a podcast series. I'm just talking on the way to going to or from work, depending on the situation wise. Topics for today, just to have this on my gaming channel, because as I know a lot of you guys are maybe getting tired of hearing it, so I'm not going to say the full story, but long story short, I'm not able to record my usual stuff. If you want to know more, check out the community page or Twitter for more information, and Twitter/X, I should say regarding that. But yeah, right now just slowly trying to do things. I'm hoping you guys can hear me okay with this voice recording, but I'm just gonna continue trying to do some content. Like at this point today, I did a Twitch stream. This past Sunday, I tried to do a YouTube stream from my mobile device. That's not my laptop. I argue that it went well. Can't guarantee it'd be everyone's cup of tea, as the saying goes, but at least some of you guys that like hearing my voice with this, you get a chance to still hear me, even if I'm not able to play something with the voice. First game experiences. So right now, the first one, as I've always said it, and still true to this day, my first true game experience that I can say was Pokemon Red and Blue, where I had the Blue game and didn't really know how to read much. So there were some times when I was reading by myself. I couldn't do words, so I asked my mom and dad to pronounce the word for me. This was 2 or 3 years old. Depending on what year we're talking about. But I came to know about the games because one day, as my family was walking around different stores, and at the time where we was going at, because my dad was finishing his bachelor's degree, that he found a shirt that had Pikachu on it, and I wanted it. And so my parents went researching a little bit and figuring out what this character was all about, because to this point I was more into sports that my dad wanted to help me get into a minor league team and stuff like that. Eventually, but that was my first time ever wanting something that wasn't about sports that they can recall. That started my journey of me watching Saturday morning, of Pokemon. Even when I was at school, I always looked forward to seeing the new episode. So, definitely was interesting, to say the least. I remember first, like I said, in Dark Violet. If you guys want to hear when I talked about it, don't be afraid watch my Pokemon Dark Violet playthrough. That's now one of my completed ones. So something to do while I'm not able to record my usual games. If you want to see it if you haven't had a chance to watch it. But I first started with Charmander and my Pidgey. I became Pidgeot. Became more of my starter because my Charmander I never really used it much at a certain point because I liked Pidgeot more. I had them two, Butterfree, I think Beedrill, I think Judo, but at the time I knew that I could evolve into Golem until a little bit, a year later when my dad was talking to me about trade evolutions and we had the Gaming Kingdoms. And I remember him being like, you could have trained me your Pokemons before you started a new file, because I had choosing to do Squirtle. And at the time, it was like 68. Me trying to head to the Elite Four and kept on failing at the Victory Road Challenge. To me, it was very hard at the time when I was 2 or 3 years old of doing the Victory Road Challenge. Can't tell you why it was hard, but I just remember being stuck there. Similar to Pokemon Silver, it used to be that ice area before going to Blackthorn City used to be what gave me troubles when I was a kid. I could never do the ice places back then. Then I think that was 6 or 7-year-old me now, if I remember the timelines of the games. Don't quote me. But needless to say, that's my first experiences with any kind of game was Pokemon Blue. And then my first game that wasn't Pokemon related that I can't remember off the top of my head had somewhat, but not completed, was Legend of Zelda Oracles of Ages and Seasons, where I played on mine. Sometimes I played on my dad's a little bit, just to see the file, just to see how much stronger Link could be. Before going back to mine to try to get hints of where I was supposed to go by looking at my dad's file. And then I played both of the GP Game Boy Color games of Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets and Sorcerer's Stone. And at some point I plan to play those for the channel. Right now, obviously, I can't, but I think it'd be cool to see people's reaction to those games. I've never seen them. Yeah, just because those two games I've not heard many people play them, at least of the ones who I usually watch. So that'll be an interesting thing to play at some point. But I can name other ones, but those are like the ones that I can think of on top of my head, or Game Boy Color games that started my journey. Played a little bit of Dragon Quest, I think the first one, or was it called Dragon Warriors? I don't remember offhand. I'll have to look it up to see which one it was on the Game Boy Color. I played a little bit of it at the time. Besides Pokemon, didn't really do much RPG stuff, so not everything made sense to me. But once again, this was like before first grade me. Some of these games that I played. Once I got to first grade, things made better sense, of course. But back then, and then when I was kindergarten, / younger, everything made sense to me. And I played different games throughout. If I recall any interesting stories, I'll make a part 2 of this. But the one that I'm thinking about right now, that some people know more first one because that was more my dad playing. But before World of Warcraft, I should say, because we all did play World of Warcraft on first. The first game that was kind of like that style of game was called Guild Wars before it became Guild Wars 2, where I was Elementalist and Necromancer and tried other characters, Monk, Assassin. Like my first true experience of playing games with different characters. Characters, not just one character, unlike Pokemon where it was different Pokemon that I was playing, so that just tells you a little bit about that. It was definitely a exciting time, to say the least. But Assassin and Monk wasn't around when it first came out. Well, so just different things to think about. And sorry if you're hearing clickings right now. I had to quickly check something.
Continue on West Palmer Lane for 12 miles. Continue. Head north toward.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I had to quickly check to make sure that things was looking alright on the road based on what I'm seeing. I wanted to be that I was taking a path that didn't make sense to take. Last expansion that came out. I'm drawing a blank on the name right now because it's been so long since I played them, where you was able to be up to 25, 30. That was the huge selling point for the game, because it was the first time in Guild Wars history that they allowed you to get above 20 on a game. So it was kind of fresh for some people. But what made my dad want to play the least was that his count got hacked at one point, and at the time, Guild Wars didn't really have a good safety measure with it, so they couldn't help my dad get his stuff back. And by the time my dad was able to restore his account, the person already sold off all of his good stuff on his main character. I don't know, I can't remember offhand if it was all of the characters or just his main character, but I know some of the stuff from the guild also got messed up. That meaning that my dad was, and my mom, because at the time my mom was also playing it. My sister played a little bit of it, but she was, this was like upper elementary, lower middle school for me, where my sis was like in the first or second grade at this point. So she, my dad didn't want her to play too much of it, just because he didn't know how much people would try to control my sis in the game. So said to some people that I used to not be good with gun sounds, and that game had a lot of gun sounds. So from what he saw in the demos, he didn't want it to be that. I was nervous to play it because of it. And then a year later, a couple of months later, my dad found World of Warcraft, and he started playing it first before he had me play it, and me and him played it. My mom was worried about playing it at that point because she was trying to get her degree more again, because she never got to finish her degree. And I still, at some point, want to help her get her bachelor's, or so she's depending on what she wants at that point. But at the time, she was doing that, and my sister didn't want to play the games, but kind of wanted to. But my dad was nervous because of what happened with Guild Wars, wise, having someone take advantage of sis. So he didn't let her play it at all. I remember he stopped playing after sis got upset one day. So that's every now and then he plays it, but not as much as we used to between. But because he used to raid every weekend, and when he wasn't doing his job, but it damaged the bond of him and my sister at the time. Now I think it's been better, but at the time my sister didn't want anything to do with my dad, because he didn't want to spend time when he was home because he wanted to play the game. And she resented me for a little bit during that time because I was able to play the game. And anytime I offered her if she wanted to play instead of me, she never wanted to. And I can't tell deep down she just wanted to do something that our dad always wanted to play it. And play that I was just waiting for me to connect with. Things are a lot better now, even if my dad has sickness right now. I'm not going to go into in this voice memo, but just things that I'm constantly thinking about. I don't know if I'll be posting this memo first or the one that I talked about a little bit that I said I was going to upload at some point but never did. Maybe I'll upload both of these at some point if I get a chance to today. One on my talk channel, one on Rhypi Gaming. Who knows for sure. But yeah, those are some of my, besides some of the, I could always talk about the Game Boy Advance era or more into Gold and Silver that I can't remember, or other games I played. Those are just some of my stories I can think of on top of my head while I'm currently transitioning into my job. So I don't know what I'm gonna call this series yet. Maybe if people are enjoying this, then I'll try to keep doing these when I can come up with topics or know what I want to discuss and slowly do these. Yeah, just definitely interesting to say the least. traditional gaming stuff on my channel. I do have a lot of stuff, despite not being able to upload traditional stuff that I've been doing right now for obvious reasons. And like I said before, if you want to know more information about that, check out the YouTube community page of Rhypi Gaming or my Twitter/X. But with that in mind, yeah, keep being positive as much as you can, even if sometimes it's not always easy to do. And have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on